So I think things didn't go according to his plans because God is God. Nobody can be God when there is God. The day I was talking to him recently, it was like, did I put a gun in your head to sleep with you? I'm just fighting for my rights because he must have done this to women and gotten away with it. He has to ask for his own mercy. He did it, and he needs to ask for his own mercy. If he keep denying it, God will expose him, and I know that. Oh, I want a public apology for all this humiliation.
I had nothing with Apostle Johnson Suleiman. Is a lie. After I had something with him, he tried to kill me. That is an offense. Because how many people has he killed or tried to kill that I couldn't talk? Because I can talk, I have to talk. You know, how many people has he done this to and got away with? He's a pastor. He's supposed to be a man of God. Apostle Johnson Suleiman. And he also said, Keyamu is not my lawyer, that I signed that. I did not sign that because he's right here in the court. I didn't sign that. So he's lying a lot. He's lying a lot and he's trying to kill me. That needs to end because I don't know whoever he's killed and got away with. He can't kill me. This is its end. He asked me to meet him up at the hotel and I was there waiting for him. He came and he brought a juice that we should drink. I drank it and I was waiting for him to drink. He said, oh, he was tired, I needed pepper soup. He ordered pepper soup from the hotel. So we ate a drink and had sex. This man licks me from head to toe. Licks every part of my body. Like if I don't let him lick me or see my private picture if he's not with me, he can't go hotel and speak in tongues. He said I make him speak in tongues. So I trusted this man so much. I drank what he gave me. That day when he left, my stomach ran me and I started stooling blood everywhere. I was scared. I called my mom and I called my friend. They said, oh, it's...
Since when have you been dating him?
I've been dating him since 2015. I already said 14. I never knew him 2014.
So why did he arrest you?
He arrested me when I came to Nigeria. Because of the spiritual battle, after I lost the baby, stolen blood, I couldn't sleep. He's still fighting me. When I was in Nigeria, he was fighting me. I ran to my dad in Abuja. My dad knew about the issue. My dad prayed for me, helped me, nurtured me until I went back to Canada. After I left to Canada, after my father had nurtured me back, after a while, the blood started again. After I lost the baby and everything, the blood started again. I was still stolen blood. And so I had to run to a Christian brother, Wisdom God's Time, that attends Apostle Johnson Suleiman's church in Canada. Even just bought them a van. So he was surprised that everything was happening because of Apostle Johnson Suleiman. He said it's a lie. So he wanted to know more. He was praying with me. He took me to a bishop, a Jamaican bishop. So the bishop was praying for me to help me back. That's why he's involved. And he saw me, I was losing weight. I almost died. You know? So that got him involved. He prayed with me until the blood stopped. Then he was coming, he's a business person in Nigeria and I'm a singer. So we came to Nigeria together. He just cleaned his container and I have a video shoot today with Timaya. I'm supposed to be having a video shoot today with Timaya. I'm a musician. And this man just took us on Friday and locked us up with no calls. I couldn't call my parents. I couldn't call anybody. He's trying to lock me up because he has power.
You said Apostle Suleiman has other girlfriends.
Yes, according to him, he told me that he pays girls 400,000 per night.
Did he tell you some of their names?
There's this actress, I know her face. I don't know Nigerian actress a lot. I know she's light skinned, tall with hips. She's not married, she's single, she's beautiful. I think she's Ghanaian. No, I think she's Ghanaian. And she told me that he had threesomes all the time with the other women and he paid them 400,000 naira each for a night. I think that's how he gets his power. He sleeps with different women and make them sleep with themselves. Lesbianism, doing that sinful thing that I refused to do with him. So when he was trying to convince me to do threesome with him, that was when he started telling me all of this. So to make me calm and think that he's been doing it. You know, because I was scared. Why would the pastor that say he wants to marry me do all of these things to me? So that was when he started fighting me.
So he got you arrested when?
On Friday, just last Friday here, I went to the bank. They froze my account. I don't know why. So I went inside the bank to know what's going on. Then before I looked, police came everywhere and they started spraying tear gas on me, cuffing me, beating me up, you know, like a thief. Arrested me, took my phones. They won't let us call a lawyer or even our lawyer, because we're close to our lawyer's office. Someone called our lawyer. The lawyer came. They drove them away. So they took us to some place to take statements. After then, they locked us up in the jail. where stink like shit, mosquito. I couldn't sleep for days. Until now, I haven't eaten. Look, I'm like, I've been suffering. If you see me and see my picture, you know what Suleiman has done to me. But I have so much energy to talk because this is the truth, and the truth can set him free if he says the truth. And I know God is standing with me because
Like real life that I never knew before, and this man has shown me so much after all he's done. You know, so like I said earlier, I'm glad that I'm out. It wasn't easy at all. The mosquitoes, no good food. I couldn't eat actually. The bed stains like shit, like different stains of period, and you have to sleep on it. Or like,
So can you just very briefly take us a recap of your relationship or interaction, so to say, with Apostle Suleiman?
okay, so the whole thing started how he told me that his wife doesn't sexually attend to him anymore. Actually asked if he could confide in me. And as a pastor, that I look at him like someone really close to God, I really didn't doubt anything he said. He said his wife doesn't sexually attend to him anymore, that his wife is really close to God. And that was where I am like, okay, if this man of God is saying this, I mean, who am I to doubt him? You know, I trust him and everything. That was how it started. And we went on, and he started giving me money, promising to marry me, and he asked me to get pregnant for him. After I did, then he's trying to get me out of the way and kill me.
So what do you have to say with the different allegations from your father? Your father said he never collected anything from Apostle Suleiman. He never met Apostle Suleiman, and he said some unwholesome things about you. What is your defense to that?
Well, about my dad, actually, I never said he collected money or whatsoever from Apostle Johnson Suleiman. I never said that. I don't know where he got that from. And I think that triggered him to say all of these things about me. Actually, I don't want to comment so much on that because I have to stick to my father first. That's what he should do. If you heard something that your own daughter, that you said is your daughter, said about you and is a lie, you shouldn't just go out and say something you can't take back. I'll be the bigger person and hold up, talk to him first and see what exactly, because now you're still telling me the same thing that you heard. It's all rumor. So I'll hear from him first before I say anything on that.
All right. How true is the speculation that your dad and mom were separated in one family?
I never grew up to meet them together. That's very true.
So is there any possibility your dad is against you on this matter? Aside the wide speculation out there.
Well, he nurtured me back to life when I was thinking I was dying. When Suleiman gave me something to drink and I was bleeding, I ran to him in Abuja. That was December 2015. I don't understand where he got. I don't know what really triggered all of this. I've never spoke to him. I don't know. I don't want to throw any light on that actually because I don't want to say anything I can't take.
Okay, some of the pictures that were online, like the screenshots of your first time with, a lot of people said that the pictures are Photoshop. What do you have to say to that?
Well, I still have a cell phone that I used to take our pictures. So you can see, like I have this is on the cell phone. I have the cell phone. I have some stuff, like I'm going to write to the bank to get me some more detailed process of him sending me money with his name to my account. Like I'm going to get more of that.
And we also learned that your bank account was frozen. Who orchestrated that?
Apostle Johnson Suleiman. And that wasn't even the same account he sent money to. I don't know. This account I just opened this year has nothing to do with him. Has none of his money or none of his transfer. Like we could go through it with the bank and see everything. I don't even know how it just with his connection, he just froze my account and start all of this whole thing, you know.
There were supposed charges of terrorism against you. What do you have to say about that? How true is it?
Actually, the first time he held me with police, we went to the station to give statements. I saw his own petition against me was blackmail and threats that was threatening his life. So I didn't see anything about terrorism there. But at court, he took me to court without telling me he's taking me to court. Because of his connection, I don't know, he plays God. He took me to court without my consent. I got to court finding out that I'm being judged. Without my lawyer, without nothing. But God had it. God was there. And I believe everyone is going to get their own part of punishment on this. That's what I believe. That was the day I heard I was a terrorist in the court. He never said that. I never saw that on his petition. At court, that was where I heard I was a terrorist. So I don't know if he's the terrorist that I am, maybe he's the one sponsoring me because he said he was helping me, right? He said he was just helping me to get back to my life. Maybe I was a terrorist and he's trying to promote my terrorism. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know where that came from. So.
All right. While at the police or in police custody, were you forced to make any statement?
While at the police custody,
were you forced to make any statement?
My own statement down?
Well, I mean, were you forced? Were you forced to make any statement?
They were telling me to talk about how someone said they're going to kill him. And what happened was my friend, Wisdom, last time said, if anything happens to this girl, I'm ready to fight. He never said anything about killing, I don't know what.
One more question from me, sorry. Talking about the pictures that surfaced online, we saw some people say, or we saw some people and heard some people saying, the breast there, sorry to use that word, it's not that of the same person whom I'm seeing here. I mean, was that picture released online? Was it released from you, or was it superimposed?
The picture with,
what I mean is
with the sky picture.
How real are the pictures online?
Well, if you want, next time you can see more of my body. Maybe when I'm out of this whole thing, you can see more of it. I don't know what you're talking about. That picture, I took it myself with me and Suleiman naked. It started how he told me that she wasn't sexually talking to him or doing anything with him no more. So, I'm not going to talk to her. Maybe she should go to Proverbs 22 verse 14 that says that adultery is a trap to those that God are angry at. And God cannot be angry at you if you are not close to him. So I think you should be close to God for him to be angry, like the pastors and all that. Proverbs 22 verse 14 will do everything. Yeah. So right you guys, I'm inviting you tomorrow because I'm really tired.
One more question, please. Is it right to say you're closer to God now than ever?
Yes, because I went to jail, I went to prison, and I think that was my own share of punishment for going with a married man after I know he was married. That was not the right thing to do. But I believed him. When a superior person that you look closer to God tells you something, I would think he's right because he's like closer to God. Like, what do I know?
Just one more thing. What do you really want to gain in all of this?
I want the truth to come out. The truth, nothing but the truth to come out, and people need to know who he really is. Is he a man of God, or is just using women to get anybody you see that with a good star? He tries to connect them with money and gets what they have. I don't know what I don't really know what he's doing. I want the truth to come out. I'm so glad it has not been easy, and I got my own share of, believing in a pastor. And I know he was married, but he told me that his wife doesn't sexually attend to him no more, and I believed him. So I think that was a sin on my part, and I got my own share of punishment. I asked God for forgiveness, and he did, and he granted me mercy. And today I'm out. I'm glad. I'm so happy. And also, I heard there are so many propaganda going on about me. Well, with due time, now that I'm out, I just need to relax a little bit and get myself. I will get back to you on everything. Everything will be good.
Stephanie Otobo. So first of all, I want to say this is not a blackmail at all. This is a legal right of breach of promise of marriage. It is not a blackmail. And we are petitioning the police to go through the records of my bank records to check how he sent money directly from his account to my account. Apart from the cash that he gives me, like a lot of cash that he gave me. I'm not talking about 8,000 euro. I'm not talking about $12,000 in 2 weeks. You know, if I was a cheap prostitute, how much do you send a cheap prostitute all the way from Nigeria to Canada? I base in Canada, and I'm sure there are a lot of women that need money here in Nigeria. Like how many people has he sent money to? How many women or cheap prostitutes has he sent money to here in Nigeria? You know, so we are petitioning the police on that, and also the issue of the Photoshop pictures. You know, in between the Photoshop pictures, there should be an original copy. If the pictures were photoshopped, it should be photoshopped from something, right? Like where the manipulation came from. He should provide that, because I have the cell phone that I used to take the pictures. I still have every original pictures of those pictures. And also the police should check the private pictures he sent me about his penis and all that. The police should check him and check the pictures. I believe every man has different kinds, and I have pictures with his hand holding it. His hand should be different from every other man's hand, right? He should clarify himself on these issues, you know. So also the police should check my passport. He took me to Napoli. He had a program there, a conference for 3 days. The police should check his passport, the period it was stamped to Napoli, and check my passport, the period I was stamped to Napoli, if it was the same, if I was just a cheap prostitute he was helping. Also, based on what he has released today, that my lawyer, Barrister Keyamo, is trying to kill me and blame it on him. This is just a cheap political lie. This is not politics. This is real, and he should wake up and face the truth, you know. Also, I want the police to check on the issue of when he gave me substance to drink, and that's almost cost me my life. This was what happened. This was one of the main reasons that really caused all of this. He gave me substance after I got pregnant, he gave me substance to drink, and I started bleeding, stooling blood for over 1 year. That almost cost me my life. I was bleeding for so long. I was so scared, and I lost the baby. So that was an abortion from a pastor, an apostle. He should talk on that too also.
What is the size of this man? Straight to the point.
Well, I don't know.
Is it big? Is it small? You have seen it.
Well, it's not very small. It's just an average size.
You told me that when you went to Napoli, you gave me 8,000 euros.
Yeah.
I want to know, how did that trip come about? Did you fly together? Did he send you the ticket?
He sent me $6,000
to your account?
No, because he sent me to Canada, so he had to go through process. And that can also be checked out, because I still have the person contact. That person is his job to send money here and there. So I'm sure he still have everything intact. We should check his record. He sent me money. Yes. So they give you an account here in Nigeria. They tell you the difference. You put the money, and they give you $1 in Canada in cash. So when I had so much cash on me and I didn't need money, then I tell him to send money to my Nigerian account. You know, because he was just giving me so much. I had enough on me. I said, okay, you still want to give me? Send it to my Nigerian account. And he's done that over 3 times. And the police should check the record. It's right in the bank, UBA account.
How many countries did you visit together throughout the course of your relationship? You told me of Napoli, you told me you flew to Europe and America. I want specific countries.
Okay, we were at New York together. We were at this was after I left Napoli. It was like 2 months after. So we went to New York together. After that, I visited, because America is very close to Canada, very close. After that, we met here in Nigeria. He invited me to Nigeria. That's it. In Nigeria, we met more than 2 times, like especially here in Nigeria, right? And if we meet physically 3 times, it doesn't mean it's one day. Like in straight 3 days, we'll spend the time together. It's straight 4 days, like 1 week, thereabout. Okay, Ikeja, Proti Hotel in Ikeja. And there's one hotel, I don't remember the name, after Airport Hotel. There's a gas station, then there's a street after the gas station. There's a new hotel on your right. Yeah, that was where he gave me something to drink. I thought it was juice. He brought it, he said, let's drink together. Then the next thing, he didn't want to drink, he wanted to eat.
After the gas station, the street that goes by the right, this street that links Isaac John, that links Adeni Jones.
I don't know Lagos that much.
Okay, then I want to ask another question. The night he gave you the 8,000 euros, I don't know. It's so much money.
So much.
What different things did you do? What is it you did that made him give you that 8,000 euros?
Yeah, because he was trying to show me that this was real and it will never end. I think he was trying to capture me both physical and spiritual and mentally. Giving someone so much money, you're trying to capture them, so without you they cannot live, because you want to make yourself their God. That's what he was trying to do. So when he gave, it was like, okay, this was all I realized today. Here you go, on the table. So then he said, this is how much I love you.
Outside crusade.
After the 3 days crusade.
All the money you made at the crusade.
That was what, yeah, he collected it. I waited inside, someone came and brought something, and the person left, and he just brought all the money out and said, this is all I realized. And
then, when in the course of your stay together, is it that none of his members saw you, or nobody came into the hotel, or no one knew you were around?
The only time someone came was when they brought the money. He told me this was discreet, so there was we couldn't even call a taxi in the morning when he wanted to discharge me. He had to take a walk with me from his hotel by 4 a.m. to my hotel. I was worried because it could be dangerous, in a place where I don't know, in a new country and everything. So he walked me to my hotel and stayed till 6, 7 a.m. and went back to his hotel. He said, because we have to be discreet, we cannot call a taxi or anything. So
what do you do professionally?
I'm a singer, I'm an entertainer. I went to school, I'm done school, so I went into the music industry. You can go online on YouTube and watch Kimura Dadiva Music. Immediately I landed in Lagos, my laptop was taken from me, and I called him and I begged him, and I even promised that nothing was there about him. He was like, he's done. Yeah, I believed he sent someone to steal my laptop. And I called him and I begged him that you said it's over, and I was still even stealing blood. Like, I didn't want to get anything to do with him. I was trying to have a life at the same time, protect myself from him. But they stole my laptop and I cried all day. Even the hotel I stayed knew about it. Like, I was frustrated for the whole time I was in Nigeria. It was really crazy for me. I still have the phone, the cell phone I used.
And the message is not stolen?
No.
They're not stolen?
What he does is, if he fights with you, he makes sure he does something that would really piss you off. Like, I didn't know all of this was going to happen. I was thinking, okay, let me just get rid of this guy. Women, you understand when you're trying to get rid of your boyfriend. You delete his number, everything, right? So over the years, whenever I want to forget about him, I just try to delete everything. It was when I was suspecting something was going on. That was when I started taking, just last year, I started taking Snapchat, screenshots. Yeah, I started keeping evidence. I'm like, what is going on? I'm bleeding too much. You are pretending that you're wearing. Everything was getting too much.
Okay, so you are now asking the police to go to the service provider and
yes, withdraw and also
SMS record.
Yes, and also check with his manhood and every evidential pictures I have that was not photoshopped from the original phone that it was taken with. He sent it to me. The hotel, even in Napoli. Okay, how coincidentally this is. His passport has the same stamp going to Napoli as mine. A cheap prostitute, he was just trying to help. How? Why?
Do you have a restaurant?
I don't have no restaurant, no business going on right now apart from my music. So,
Okay, go on. He also claims that you are a stripper in Canada.
if I was a stripper, he was the one that sent me to stripping. There was a time we talked about it, and he asked me, you are so pretty, can you go do that? And so I won't spend, I thought he was kidding. I won't spend a lot of money anymore, so you will just get money from there, but nobody will touch you, only me. Then we laughed about it. I don't know why. You see, a man of God, like, why would that even come out of your mouth? Why would you be joking around with the stripping or stripper stuff? Like, I don't get it.
I didn't know personal things he told you. Aside the fact that he told you that his wife no longer
Sexually attentive.
I don't know that personal things he told you. Maybe like his relationship or his family. Something we can hold on to. Something he cannot deny.
I don't really get into people that much that don't want to talk, but I know he can. I focus more on me and him. Like, I wouldn't, if I'm prognosing, I don't think I will last with him that long. I don't say things that I respect people. I don't say things that I shouldn't say. So, but I know he can't eat because I can say things that I saw during spending time with him. I know, I don't know, he can't eat. He has like, I don't know, you know when the wicked runner, when no one pursued them, he just can't, he's worried, like he's always worried. He can't eat, he wants me to pet him to eat, then I beg him, Daddy please eat. Then he goes, I love you so much, you know, and we talk, I just try to make him, he can't really eat. I noticed that about him. And yeah, most of the time we spend together, we have sex, so. Yeah, well, I refuse to have threesome with him because I'm not a lesbian and I don't like women touching me.
Are you aware he had
He told me, yeah, he did it with all his past girlfriends, that I was the only one that is very rude, that can't do that with him.
Did he mention names?
I don't know if I want to involve anybody right now, so.
Did he mention names?
He told me his ex-girlfriend Daniela Okeke, some actress girl. So
How can you describe his strength? Is he very good?
he's very good, and he likes to end it off on the back, on your back, yeah, all the time. I don't know why. That's all the time.
He likes the back.
No, end it off. End it off. And also, even while sleeping, he doesn't want to stop. He's dozing off. It goes, continue. I go, Daddy, you're sleeping. Yeah, he doesn't want to stop. He wants to keep going.